Hi, it's Josie, and I am a mom to 3 wonderful kids, 5 and under. I'm into bodybuilding, and I had a pretty crazy surgery, so that's always my intro was starting this. I'm excited for going into a prep starting February 1st for doing a show this year, a bikini bodybuilding show with the NPC division. I've been definitely stressed out and anxious, so I'm right in the line, like dead center projection line for the absolute worst forecasted outcomes for this ice storm. And where I am, it's supposed to be hitting around midday Saturday, so that's cool. Yay me. Today is basically just figuring out how to make sure we are using the generator. We have a generator, just making sure we got it hooked up properly instead of screwing ourselves over. And I am cleaning up so I can vacuum. And I'm gonna go put a blanket over these windows. Got some insulation for the windows that are closest to where we plan on sleeping should we lose power and lose heat, so that we're all like in the same area. And yeah, so got food, got water. Only thing I don't got is something to, drink if I'm losing my mind. That's fine. It's not necessary. It's just the thing that I do back in Florida during hurricanes. And it seems like a very appropriate situation, but it's not a big deal. I got more to worry about. Oh geez, we had just gotten sick and everything in this house, and I was like planning on going on a date with my husband and stuff, and instead we're all sick, so I had to cancel all that. Kids were sick. It was like a rotation of who was sick for about 2 weeks. And then finally getting back into stuff, rescheduling things for this weekend and such. And then it's like, nope, ice storm. And the predictions were getting worse. So at first we weren't like we were in the snow, expected for snow. And now, no, we're not getting snow. That doesn't mean that it's getting better. That means that we're supposed to be getting sleet and ice. And the fire department and the county has put out all kinds of statements and heads up and warnings that they thoroughly expect that once it starts raining and icing, that they say that residents need to be prepared for power to be out through Tuesday. So, and to not drive. So that is cool. Yay us. We have a tent. So for whatever reason, we have issues with the generator. We got a tent, we got a sleeping bag. Because funny enough, whatever you can do to kind of like increase or decrease the amount of heat needing to go outwards, we can all be sleeping in a tent together. Got a sleeping bag and lots of blankets, so I'm not concerned that we'll freeze. We got plenty of food. If the power goes out, whatever's in the freezer can go outside. We still have propane. We got a propane grill outside, so somebody can go out there and freeze their little tush off while cooking food. So like we can do spaghetti. We can, hey. But yeah, we could do spaghetti, we can do oatmeal, we can do anything. Like we can do coffee, instant coffee, Nescafe, we could do oatmeal. Like food-wise, water-wise, I got drinking water. I'm going to sanitize and fill up my master bathtub. Oh, this is shaking where I'm holding it. I'm going to sanitize and fill up my master bathtub. So it's like a jacuzzi thing. So I would not use that for drinking water because it's got, yeah, you could be in the fire truck. It's got those little like jets, and I don't have covers for them, so they get kind of gross. But for toilets, for getting some water for like cleaning things, so if there's any like messes, and it's bigger than just a normal size bathtub, so I'm not really concerned about that. Gonna do that tonight. So having a well, going to hopefully let all the water recharge, trying to get as much clothing that needs to be cleaned now, so we don't have to really worry about that. And then also I do think I'm going to give all the kids a bath tonight and fill their bathtub up as well. Just, more is more. And I'd rather just have to drain it than be caught without it and I need it. So that is the game plan. Gonna be making up cornbread, quite a bit of it, so that I have that on hand already. I'm probably gonna cook up some ground beef as well, because I'll still be able to like cook ground beef, but I'm thinking make chili, because cornbread, chili, great combo. Okay, so I got a little bit more stuff done, getting the bathtubs clean, put water in them. This is what I've been working on. Look how sparkly it is. Oh my goodness, I love it. So this is nearly done. I'm gonna add a few more here and here, and this area. This is kind of hard to do with the way that I did it. I did not do it professionally, so when I take this pin out, what happens is it completely like bunches up, which when I put it on my body, not a problem, but when I'm working with it, it like does that, and I can't have that when I'm putting the stones on them. They're curing, drying, whatever. I think I gotta put these away. This is the top. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love how, see from this angle in the velvet, it's dark like down here, and then here it's light like here. So I'm very excited. I'm also working on getting a posing suit made up, one that fits a little bit better for check-ins, that when I have more body fat and everything, it's not as revealing. I don't have to worry about stuff falling out. I do not have the free money to just have like a whole bunch of posing suits that I buy, so this is what I'm making. Horrible angle, I know. And this is my posing suit. So I have a pattern for it. It's like done the same way the regular suits are, these, and this is very annoying. Anytime I go on it, they like pop up like that. So I got some connectors, since these have the connection point, and that's what partly what keeps these from like popping out. But yeah, I've had people say, oh, if you know how to sew, you know, keep me in mind. Maybe I'll have to hire you to make one. But right now I'm working on it. So this pattern is not perfect. And that's what like all those down there are for. And as for my off-season chest situation, this needs to be scooped down a little bit more, so more of my like, you know, breast actually fits into it. Because right now when I pull this up, this like boob comes out this side and this side. So I have this altered pattern. I don't know if you can see where the lines are here. So if this makes any sense, yeah, I love the picture. This is what I mean. I need a little bit more material here, and then to like pull it up higher here on this corner. And I think that's good for the off-season body. Here's how that posing suit looks on me right now. So those are the tweaks that I did versus the pattern on the bottom to give a little bit more coverage. My off-season body with the extra body fat, I just feel like it looks a little bit more racy in the back pose, but I do need to make modifications for the top. Time to go wipe up my tubs for real. All right, I did something dumb yesterday, and there's a reason why it cut off from like stuff I was doing, and now it's this morning. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm a hot mess. I flooded my crawl space. That's right. That's what I did. I was filling up the bathtub and it just kept going, and I didn't set a timer to check, and I didn't push in the drain, emergency like drain or whatever cap in. And so it was holding all the water without any escape. And I flooded my crawl space by 5 gallons of water. So I'm going to go to the gym now. But this video is getting out just a little bit later today than I was originally hoping to. Because, you know, it's all that work and getting it ready. I look like a hot mess. This is one of the worst angles of myself. And it's also just bad quality because it's not a ton of light. My voice sounds all kinds of nasally. My goodness. I don't even care. I don't know how much you can see of me, but this truck is slow as anything. It's so slow. There's the salt on the roads. There is... Still looks like the regular amount of traffic at this hour. I was hoping to be able to get out and do the, like, 4 a.m., 4:38, get up at 4, be at the gym by like 4:30, 4:40. But that just didn't happen because I flooded the crawl space, and so I was dealing with the fact that I had to take care of that. I wasn't gonna leave that a mess, either to like get cold or cause mold problems, because the water, like, so instead of falling all over the floor, it was flowing. There's like a section of baseboard that's not very secure, and the water was flowing through the baseboard just directly into the crawl space. And then also some of the water was going up and over into the vent register, because I have the ones on the floor. And my husband, he was doing some last minute errands last night when there's not as many people out and everything, and he comes home, and I see that he comes home on the notifications, but he wasn't coming in the house, and I was like, okay, I have my neighbor over, and we were like wiping stuff down with bleach, and I went to go fill the tub, and it's like, okay, well, that tub fills, why don't we go load or like clean dishes, empty the dishwasher, and then we'll go back and like turn the tub off, because it's a big tub, and it's not like the water just flows so hard that it's fast. It takes like a good 20 minutes, but I think I was letting it go for like 22 minutes, 23, I don't know, it was like an extra few minutes over. So it was like 5 gallons of water worth that just flowed into my crawl space. Totally not fun. I'm telling you that my English is so amateur. English light when it's this early in the morning talking about stuff like that. But I was hoping to get to bed, and I was hoping to go to the gym, get one last good workout in, go to one more class, be a little social, like out before having to hunker down. But that's just not what's gonna happen, because, well, now I'm at the gym, like, I mean, more like 30 minutes later than I usually am. No, 30? Hold on, I don't know what time it is. It's 5 something. I'm at the gym, let's say like 40 minutes later than I usually am. Not the end of the world, but all it means is I'm not going to do upper body, since I have so many dumbbells and like barbells and I have a curling bar and all these attachments and plates at home. So it's a lot easier for me to get the arm stuff done, but I have been able to grow muscle and stuff at home, but I'm kind of limited to using landmine for landmine squats, landmine hack squats. I can do Bulgarian split squats, but I can only go up to so high with the dumbbells, because it hurts my hands. You know, once you get to like a certain weight, once we start hitting that 40-pound mark, my hands hurt holding the dumbbells. But dumbbell deadlifts, barbell deadlifts, being able to do walking lunges, you know, all that I can do at home. But I can't do like I could do dumbbell squats, holding squats. I can do lightweight barbell squats, but I don't have a squat rack. So the issue is I can only use as much weight as I can get it up in the air and over my shoulders safely. And that's at most, the most I've ever done for that is 65 pounds, which I'm able to now do a squat that is like 160 max or 165 max with squat rack, though, because I can't do any kind of a snatch or anything like that to get over my shoulders. And then doing snatches and stuff is different, because that's not settling the barbell onto the shoulders. So there's that. I always find with doing squats that I don't feel them a ton in the moment. I'll be shaking, I'll know I'm tired, like I will get to the point where but I feel it like the next day, that onset muscle soreness and feeling like I grew muscle always comes the next day. Wow, I see 2 cars. Does not look super, is that 2 cars? Yeah. Does not look super full today. Maybe it's 3 cars. So I'm at the gym now. I'm gonna go ahead and go and try and get as much workout done as I can. There we go. 3 cars. All right. Done with the gym. Going to go get gas. Oh my gosh, my face hurts. I am back home. Still not feeling amazing. This is like some horrible. It's dark outside, right? So I don't have like a ton of lights. I'm gonna go show you my crawl space real quick before I go in the house. I'll show you what I mean. I need to bring that soda in. So there it is. You can see the water. And that's all where it was coming out. We had to take that off. It was already ripping off. That's how I plan for ice storms. I just flood the crawl space. This is all water. Ooh. Oh no.
That's already totally fallen off of us.
Yeah.
It's being held on by tape right now.
Oh shoot.
Fuck it.
Here we go. Wow. So it's just that bulb right there. Oh, the forbidden cotton candy. Ew. Do we have extra insulation or do we throw it all away? So my Keurig machine does not really work anymore. It's not a real Keurig. It's like a Hamilton Beach like coffee pot and K-cup side, and the coffee pot portion works, but the K-cup side doesn't. But my husband and I, instead of just using it at all, we've been using like drip pour or the French press. So I'm getting some of that going. I'm hoping to make a class. He's getting the Christmas lights off the roof since I had them on this whole time. And we don't want icicles on them. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm gonna make the class in time. We'll see. I'm forewarning you now that the next portion of this video is a little weird. So that is the best time for me to like talk, is driving to this class I'm going to. And all you see is the underside of my face. Interesting angle. And I'm headbutting a little person right now. But that's just the way of motherhood. So now I am going to my stretching and flexibility class because I like to do pole fitness and it's supposed to be able to help with things like that, being able to get different holds and stuff. I've really been enjoying doing that, and I'm kind of on the side of I don't really share a ton of that, but increasingly there's these like grip pole clothes. And if I can get something that's not like just full skin while I'm doing something, I mean, it might be cool to share that I can do certain holds just because the strength, like the iron cross is like you're sideways like an X, you know, like the human flagpole. Just because I think that's a cool testament of strength. But either way, I have fun. I like dancing. I like partner dancing, but my husband's not so much into that. So it's kind of like a really nice way, in my opinion, to like have something that I'm in rhythm with in a weird sense. Like I have to be in sync with like knowing where the pole is, if it's on static or spinning mode, and with like lyrical dancing, break dancing, hip hop, things on that nature. Not that I've really done break dancing, but like hip hop, being interested in that to an extent, like choreograph type stuff where you just need yourself. I don't feel like I get into a flow in the same way. I like to either have a person or an object that I'm working with, and so I think this has been a really great way for me to get that like need to dance out. And it's fun. I'm making lots of friends and stuff there. I know this is a horrible angle. I just feel like chatting because I haven't chatted with you for a while, and I'm driving, and now that I'm talking, I'm coughing. But yeah, so if you saw, we pumped out most of the water. There is that, because the video from this morning is the more recent one, and then the videos after of like pumping stuff out were the ones from last night. But if you saw that puddle, things have kind of like settled, so I don't think that we're gonna pump it out again because it's just a small thing. I don't think it's really gonna freeze either. I think the crawl space is gonna manage to be above freezing. and I'm thankful for that. There's a giant dehumidifier in there, and so I think it's going to take care of things quickly. I don't think the vents are going to be a huge problem. I do believe there's like some spray that you can treat your vents with to help kill mold spores, so might look into that. Not right now though. My husband was able to get the Christmas lights off the roof, so now they're on the ground. If I don't get them rolled up and in their box in time, they're at least not going to be so weighty on the house. Now the light clips are still up there, but those aren't nearly as much of a problem as just full on having the lights sitting and swinging, and the clips don't swing or anything, so that's not so bad. I'm kind of excited to see how this goes. My local area has basically said they full on expect and plan for Saturday in the evening, after the storm's supposed to hit, I guess, midday here, Saturday in the evening to plan for power to go out sometime then. I don't know how late in the evening, just Saturday night, like before midnight, and then if the storm is supposed to be rolling out on Monday, the power is likely going to be out a day after that, so through to Tuesday. This is so frustrating. So with this all coming up and planning for prep, like, I'm in the zone where, one, I have to pay my coach soon because I always get the plans and everything a few days before, so I have time to grocery shop and start meal prepping and getting everything set to make it easier for myself. So I don't know about like internet connection and everything, but the other thing is just tracking food in general. I haven't been, and I should be. I kind of lost like the desire to when she said, we're going to keep your plan pretty similar to the way it was last time, which it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't my favorite. I'm not like a huge fan of fruit-based oatmeal. So I'm probably, now that I'm a little bit better at tracking macros, I'm probably going to take it as a guide and mostly adhere to it, but I'm going to switch where things are, which I would do that with the eggs. Like if I had avocado, like it's oatmeal and eggs, like oatmeal with a side of eggs, like an omelet or little scrambled eggs, and like having a bowl of oatmeal. So instead of doing that, I would like either put the eggs with my ground beef and stuff, or I would do the eggs with the, it was like a tuna fish and English muffin type thing, like not a full on tuna fish sandwich, but like a tuna fish toast kind of deal. And I was allowed to have like avocado with my ground beef, and sometimes I would have the avocado with the ground beef because that tastes good too, but sometimes it's like I'm just going to do avocado toast, and so it's all the same ingredients, but even still, like, I can play around with it, which is easier to do in the beginning, but just kind of being mindful of what's there. But since she said she's going to kind of keep it the same, it's like, well, I track enough to know that I'm in the range of 100 to like 150 grams of fat a day. I'm in the range of like 100 to 150 carbs a day. I don't really do a ton of carbs. Like randomly, I'll have like a 200 carb day. But I do so much more carbs in the beginning when I prepped with her last time. And then protein is around 150 regardless. So I'm just expecting she's going to take out the fat, and we're going to do a lot of the similar foods we did. So why should I track the foods I've been eating now if that's not really going to change like what the meal plan looks like, just the quantity? Because the quantity, anytime I do like a one-off day, I don't hide it. It's anywhere between 2,500 and 3,200 calories, like averaging on that 2,700 line, 2,700, 2,800 calories. And did I go past where I needed to go? I did. I totally just went past where I needed to go. Okay, so done with that flexibility class. I got in just on time. It was fine. Apparently I can't just talk while driving, that's what I was doing, talking and driving, and I was scanning the road, but I wasn't looking for my turn. So I don't know how many of these style videos I'll really be doing long term. It's just right now with all this like prepping and planning and everything, it's just like the only real time that I have. to talk about like what's going on, and I'm not even sure. I think I was talking about my coach, and planning on doing like the similar meals, and I've been at like 2,800 calories on average. Yeah, but it's the kind of thing where I think I'm a lot more comfortable nowadays with working around the macros, so I don't have to follow it to a T. She picks the foods that she picks because they're pretty high quality. I see some people do bodybuilding in such a like extremely restrictive way that they then have all kinds of like gut problems and stuff afterwards. And I really didn't. I only had gut problems between my 2 shows. And so this year, originally I was thinking either I would do a fit model show and a bikini show, or maybe 2 bikini shows, but where they were 2 weeks apart versus a whole month. But it's looking like I'm only going to be able to do 1 show total. And so that's kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. There's a lot of cool stuff going on in my life, a lot of stuff in general. And like naturally, you know, I'm getting ready for prep. I'm going to be consistent. How about you get an ice storm? And, you know, the whole, messing up my own house. Like, that's obviously my own fault. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's all happening at the same time. And I don't know, I don't feel like it was ever this bad before I decided to do bodybuilding. It's like, okay, it's official. I'm going to hire a coach and do bodybuilding. And the moment I say I'm going to hire a coach, it's like, here's lots of like problems. Here's opportunities to do things that you have to do it right now. And that's wild to me. So, I mean, more than anything, I kind of feel like it's where God wants me, because I have experienced a lot of growth. It's amazing. And if I were to just say, you know what, now is not the time, I guess you could look at it as I'm not being selfish if I decide to put it off. But I'm not really sure that just sitting and having a super easy life is where you really see God shine through. I think that gaining skill, gaining traits, growing in Christian demeanors and attributes, I feel like that really shines through when you face trials and tribulations, you know, like being purified through fire. And so that's kind of how I'm taking it. And this time I'm watching out for when I need to like turn and everything. Oh my gosh, you can go faster than 5 under the speed limit. Sorry, I'm not trying to road rage, but I do want to like get home because it's getting chilly. I'm gonna get out of here. But I really feel like being tested so much, encountering certain problems, but not problems that go unresolved, problems that you work through. And honestly, I have found that God has really been blessing my family, and he's had his hand of protection on the crucial areas. There's been so many different aspects in which it's felt like me and my family and my house have been attacked financially, the health of the house, external relationships. But on the other side of it, it's always, well, we found problems. We solved problems because they finally came out. We persevered. Me and my husband have grown in love. I've given up a lot of control in terms of like trying to keep my house perfect and things like that, like seeking perfection in terms of being like the perfect housewife. That's kind of why I let my other YouTube channel kind of just go, because I was so scared of all the judgment. And I guess to say like I still am, because I'm not posting on it. I'm not posting my messy room while still sewing and just not worrying about it. I'm not, but I'm prioritizing this, and I think that means that God's opening up this direction for me, and I'm finding more so where I'm called to be, which I've always had a love of fitness and being fit. I've had lots of like body image problems, and that doesn't mean that I don't still encounter certain issues, but the way that this has really caused me to view myself as a vessel and view my body as not something to shame. It's definitely hard, but it's been pretty crazy. And I'm not perfect, and I didn't reverse diet perfect. I just ate what I wanted for like 2 solid weeks, and then I still ate what I wanted. I just didn't eat like as much. And I'm not the kind of person, I thought I was going to be, like 10 pounds lighter in my mini off season, which after this I'm going to have a much bigger, longer off season. I can't be doing this with only like how many months off, not between shows, but between being in a prep. So October to February, like 4 months. I can't be doing just small off seasons. I'm gonna have a much longer one next time. But I do feel like I've found where God wants me to be, and I could have gone, but didn't want to swerve. It's a good feeling. It's a very good feeling. Sorry for this view. My nose. I might put just some videos over this, who knows? No pun intended. But yeah, I think I'm gonna sign off here from this drive because it's just my nose. But it's been really cool to see. It's helped relieve a lot. I still have a ton of stress. Like, it still stresses me out that I used to keep the house like really good considering my situation. And I have so many eczema breakouts, so many tension headaches, and stress just from my environment. And I try to keep up, but I used to be so angry at my kids when I chose to have them, because like, why are you just making all these messes and in new and exciting and different ways, and then hurting themselves in new and exciting and different ways? And so that doesn't happen that really doesn't happen the same way, and they make messes. But sometimes it's the most productive in terms of everyone's health and the kids' happiness to just sit on my butt on the couch and like not do anything. It's incredibly soul-sucking, but it's like, but I still have like that identity. And as crazy as it is, it might seem a little vain, but with the bodybuilding, it's like I love that. It's a moment where I'm on stage, and not to be creepy, but it's about a 2-day affair, and it's exciting, and then I feel fulfilled for months after the fact. Like, I still feel fulfilled. I still love that I have those pictures, and it's not because, oh wow, I was so hot. It's like, wow, I did that, and I did a good job, for being my first shows. I think I did a good job. I got first in novice and true novice, the first one, and then I didn't in the open height class, but then I got first in the open height class, so I got the experience of being able to do against the overall, and that was really cool. So I'm very thankful for that. I am getting to the point where I'm losing track of what I'm thinking about, but I am excited for this prep. It has been hard. Everything just seems to fall apart when I decide to do it, but in a weird way that just... You ever feel like something is uncanny, or it's just too quiet? And that's how I feel about other things, like sewing, crafting, doing that kind of stuff. It's just too quiet. And although it's peaceful, it's depressing. So yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and just sign off, focus on those last minute errands, getting to the house and everything. So thank you for watching. I don't know if I'm going to add a little bit more once I get back home, or if this is it. So sorry for this crazy freaking view. But I appreciate you watching this. If you are in this band of the ice storms and you can still see this, I sure hope that you are staying safe, staying warm, got some drinking water, and bigger than just staying cold, in my opinion. Be careful with the venting your house and carbon monoxide, and don't use generators in the house, and don't heat your home with like propane heaters that will cause carbon monoxide buildup. Like, you need to be venting your home. It's silent, It's odorless, and by the time you realize it's doing something to you, it's too late. A lot of people pass away in their sleep from that. So be careful, be safe, stay warm. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.